ask that the Congress declare that since the unprovoked and dastardly attack by Japan on Sunday, December 7th, 1941, a state of war has existed between the United States and the Japanese Empire.
They've been called the Tears of the Arizona. Almost 80 years after she was sunk on December 7, 1941, the USS Arizona continues to leak oil. On a marble wall are the names of the 1,177 sailors and Marines who died on the ship that day. More than 900 are still entombed in its wreckage. 335 survived the attack. Now only 2 remain, Ken Potts and Lou Conter. Lou turns 99 on September 12th. Almost every year he returns to Pearl Harbor on December 7th to commemorate the day which brought the U.S. into World War II.
And I walk up to the ship and I face aft, because the ship's still flying and flies, and I salute and I walk aboard and I walk into the back room, and you see those 1,177 names there and the other 45 names down below that are buried there since. And it just does something to your body that says, I'm supposed to be on that board up there, but I'm not. So God has given me some life to take care of people or do something afterwards.
Lou now lives quietly in Grass Valley, California, about an hour north of Sacramento. He still proudly wears his survivor jacket. His home is filled with Arizona memorabilia, including a piece of the wreckage.
Yeah, it shows where it's taken off the Arizona here, and that's a piece of it.
It comes from near the back of the ship where he was stationed that morning. He remembers the ship's band had assembled on deck.
10 of them on the fantail ready to play colors at 8 o'clock. And we sounded general quarters, and they all went to their battle stations, and every one of them were killed at their battle station when the ship blew up. It only lasted about 8 minutes, about 7 or 8 minutes after 8 when we took a armor-piercing bomb alongside a number 2 turret forward on the starboard side. It went through 5 decks and exploded in the lower handling room, the forward lower handling room. And it exploded about 1 million pounds of powder down there, and the bow of the ship came out of the water about 30 or 40 feet and settled straight back down into the bay there. They were completely afire from the mainmast forward, and the whole bow came out and went back down, and we knew that we had to get off the ship sometime, but it was burning from the mainmast forward. It was burning like mad. People coming out there, we laid down about 15 men that came out was on fire. The skin would come off your hands when you grab them. We're trained to do what we did, and everybody did their job. No one was lax, and if something happened, you had to do it, you did it right then and there. You didn't think about it. You didn't think about anything except getting them down on deck and getting them to the hospital.
The fires didn't go out for 2 more days. Lou also helped out with the salvage diving rescue crews, but found no survivors.
That was a hard task because you'd hope we brought up about 3 bodies was all in 5 days, and they were all dead. And one of them was an officer, was in his quarters, and he didn't get out, and he got unconscious. He went to the roof, and the guys that went down to him had to pull him down and stick him with a knife to get the air out of him, to get him through the hatch and shoot him up to people. It was just awful, but it was something you had to do, and you just did it.
After Pearl Harbor, Lou went to flight training school and flew PBY Catalina seaplanes in the Pacific. Painted black for camouflage, they became known as the Black Cats. He was shot down twice, once off the coast of New Guinea. His commanding officer did not think they were going to make it.
I want you guys to say your prayers because we're 7 miles off the shore, and I don't think anybody, it'll be dark within an hour, and we got sharks all around us now. And I said, baloney. I didn't say baloney, but I said the same thing. Knock it off, you're still alive, don't panic. I want everybody in a circle and hold hands and help the guy next to you if he gets tired. And everybody shut up. And then the first sharks that came along, I punched one of them in the nose real hard and swam away. So the guys knew that was what to do. Because we had 5 or 7, 6, 7 sharks around us all the time. And we were in the water about 35, 40 minutes. Then the PBY was 10 miles south and saw us on fire and came back and made a circle at 100 feet and saw us. We were no life jackets or anything, so they dropped one of their lifeboats to us. And I swam out and got it and got everybody in it. And we got to the jungles in New Guinea about 2:30 in the morning. Went through that day and that night. And the next night a PT boat came in and picked us up.
After the war, Lou became an intelligence officer, flew combat in Korea, and created the Navy's first survival, evasion, resistance, and escape program. But he'll always be best known for surviving that Sunday morning aboard the USS Arizona at Pearl Harbor, a day which would change the world forever.
When I walk aboard the Arizona Memorial and I see those 1,177 names up there, I have to make the sign of the cross and say a prayer for them. And thank God that my name is not on it's out on the plaques outside for the survivors. I'm not a hero, I just did my job.